Okay, to be here. So we're gonna with no further ado. This is really historic. Um, Mayor Gums is the first woman mayor of South Fulton. So y'all, Dr. Evelyn Wynn Dixon has been the mayor of Riverdale for 18 years. And obviously our wonderful mayor from Warner Robins was the first African mayor of Warner Robins and the first woman mayor of Warner Robins, and she's in her second term as mayor as Warner Robins. So with no further ado, we're going to get right into it. I ask everybody to please stand. Pastor Chris Ford is going to say a quick prayer, and then we're going to hear a couple of words from Kelly, who's a part of College Park. Say a couple words, and we got some royalty in the house. Ricky Clark, I know I put him on the spot. Thank you for being here, brother.
Grace and peace, let us pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, as we come here tonight, we thank you for the opportunity to be in one spirit. We thank you for grace. We thank you for mercy. We thank you for the spirit of unity and business. We thank you for safe neighborhoods and safer families. We thank you for safe educational systems. We thank you for this union of leadership. All these things we claim in the mighty name of Jesus, and the saints of God and the church said, amen.
Kelly.
Hey, Ricky. Good evening, everyone. I am Kelly Ramsey, and I have the privilege of serving as College Park Mayor Bianca Motley Broom's legislative aide. And I want to welcome you all to College Park. Anybody from College Park proper in the house? Okay, energy. Hey, good to see you. So, Mayor Motley Broom sends her regards. She is actually serving in another role, which is, though not as equally as important as being the mayor, she is the president of the Georgia Municipal Association, and they are actually undergoing their newly elected officials training. So, a training that all of our mayors here tonight went through, but she does send her regards and just the honor and the respect and just how excited she was to be able to be here for the first one. I think it was the first one where it featured this historic moment, and I think it's just so beautiful to see not only leadership at its finest, but Black women in Black History Month. So can we give a round of applause for that? To you, Mayor. She is so honored. She said, you please just give her an extra hug, so I owe you an extra hug. And she is just inspired by you. And so I look forward to the conversations that happen here tonight. Please, don't just make this a temporary trip to College Park. Please stop through. The mayor sends her regards and her love. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to what we've learned for the past couple of years is we just jump into the hot topics, right? So we decided to do something a little bit different, and we're going to do some icebreaker questions, right, first. And then after that, we're going to jump into the hot topics. You want me to go first? You go first. Okay. So first icebreaker question, I will say to Dr. That's your person, right? That's okay. Doctor, okay, you ready? This her mic is working? Is it on check? That was That was a good one. Okay, Doctor Evelyn Wynn Dixon. First question to you: if Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, or Harriet Tubman all called you, but you could only answer one phone call from one of those people, who would you answer and why? Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, and Harriet Tubman. You can only answer one of those phone calls. Harriet Tubman. That's a what? The accent. Yeah.
And the reason I say that, because to be beat, whipped, talked about, treated like less than a mangy dog, and you still have enough compassion in your heart to put yourself on the back burner and help somebody else. Didn't have all the amenities and that rag on her head. She just went through the tunnels, the Underground Railroad, and she did it for a minute. She didn't just do it that one time for self-gratification. She did it for a minute. How many people do stuff for stuff now? One time, and once you get gratification, you do. That's who I would talk to, would be Miss Harris. Miss Tubman, you know, you ain't have no children and all that right then. But you kept it going. And I can see her praying, saying, Lord, if you can just let me hold out and put one foot before the other, I'll make my life a magnificent obsession for you. That's who I do. I didn't take too long to the shout.
We want to, because we have a lot more questions. So yeah, we want to try to keep it at 2 or 3 minutes.
All right, got you. Okay, so how's it going? This question is for Mayor Gumbs. Quick question for you. So, if you could describe your city's personality in just 3 words, what would the words be?
Now, y'all know y'all wrong for that. Resilient, number 1. Culture, and I would say, bounce back. We're going to bounce back. Yeah.
All right.
Those would be.
Mayor Rhonda, Warner Robbins, which superhero would you be and why? Supergirl, Wonder Woman, or Catwoman?
Well, I do love Halle Berry, but I think I would have to pick Superwoman. And the reason I say that is because I have to multitask all the time, work all the time, just like the other 2 mayors sitting here with me. Wear a lot of hats, and sometimes I have to show that S on my chest and remind myself that I can do this.
Okay.
All right. So, great icebreakers. I think we can kind of get into some more of the substantive discussion here. So let's start off with a little bit of learning more about you. So this question will also be for you, Mayor Gumbs. So, and actually we can open this up to everybody on the panel. But every leader reaches a point in their life where they, you have your why you're doing what you're doing. So this question is for all of you: is what was the specific moment, if there was one, where you knew that you had to run for mayor, or that you really wanted to run for mayor? What was your moment?
Okay. I didn't have no aha moment like that. And I'll be real. I'm 76 and I'm going to shoot from the hip. That was never my desire. I grew up in segregation, and we used to ride the bus, and we lived in segregated neighborhoods, but we knew everybody. And people encouraged you. What made me want to be mayor? I never did. Was in high school, and if you can close your eyes and visualize this, I used to be a perfect size 5. But with life and life things and going to school, eating late at night, not exercising, and I was a majorette, I could lift them. But then it happened. Then the guy I married, well, let me tell the truth. I had a baby out of wedlock at Fort Valley, and Warner Robbins had but what happened was he had my best friend pregnant. So what happened was I had to learn to live with that. And then when I came home, my daddy stopped talking to me because they had rules and regulations, mores. If you got pregnant, you didn't sing at the choir, none of that. And I'm gonna hurry up, but I got to tell you what it's going to. is this. I married my best friend. I didn't like him, but he couldn't kiss either. But I married him anyway. But anyway, I had 3 children for him, so he decided he didn't want to be married. I had no children. He left me. I was homeless, on welfare, sleeping in my car. We had food commodity, there wasn't no food stamps. And we used to have to walk miles to get that commodity. But what gave me the encouragement to be a mayor, I told God that if you deliver me from my lights and gas being turned off, me walking everywhere that I had to go because I didn't have a car, help me to get an education, put my children through school, I'll make my life a magnificent exception, helping somebody else. And that's what I did when I went to Riverdale. I used to help everybody who was on welfare. I knew where to go to get lights on and furniture and stuff. So I did that, and that's what really helped me decide. And a neighbor asked me, won't you be mayor? I said, I don't want to be no mayor. I don't want to be no crook. I always thought politicians were crooks. But what happened was I ran. My pastor gave a promise and said, you're going to be the mayor. I said, okay. I ran, had a sweatless victory, and I've been the mayor 18 years since that day.
Very, very, very powerful answer. Thank you for sharing. And then, so for the other mayors, the question is, what was the specific moment you had when you knew you had to run for mayor?
Mayor Rhonda or Mayor Gum? Go ahead, Mayor Gum. Go ahead. Is it on? I think it's on.
My story is definitely not as colorful as Mayor Dixon. I will tell you that you all have seen what was happening in the city of South Fulton. I think all of Metro Atlanta has seen it. But of course, I was sitting on the council at that time, and my mother passed away. So I had an opportunity to go back to Virginia and spend some time with family. And, you know, when you're grieving and you're losing people, you always take a step back and reevaluate your life. And at that moment in time, you know, I think it was a news story that had popped up on my news feed. People have been posturing and saying, hey, you should consider running for mayor. And I'm like, nah, that's not in my play. And I can tell you, it definitely was not in my bingo card. I never, ever thought that I would be the mayor of South Fulton. But what we needed was leadership at that time. And I was leading teams. I worked in corporate America. I knew that I had the opportunity to really engage people. I'm just a people's person, and I knew how to collaborate. I had been doing it for the 8 years on the council. All things haven't been great, but at that moment in time, you know, from coming back from Virginia to Atlanta, I said, let me consider running for mayor. Because you really look at everything. You put your strategy together, and, you know, we did a poll. I was like, hey, this could really happen. So that at that point in time, I made the decision to go all in, and I went all in. And at that point, you know, I knew how to build community. I knew that I could build a city of support outside of my district. Because again, that's probably the hardest part when you running just in your district, and then you have to do citywide. But my personality, you all see who I am. I am a genuine person. I'm passionate about South Fulton. We have so much potential. So that was my why. That was my why.
Mayor Rhonda?
All right, so I ran for mayor because I wanted to be the change I wanted to see. When I was in college at Georgia State, the second semester of my senior year, I got to work at the Georgia General Assembly with the House Representatives, and then full-time admin staff for the Senate for a year before going off to law school. But when I was there, that's when I got to see the real deal when it comes to laws being made or not made in our state, and how disputes and disagreements cost Georgia citizens a lot. A lot of great bills never became law because people couldn't get along and they couldn't make decisions for those that they served. They were making decisions because of their dislike for someone else. So when I saw that, I said, one day I'm going to run for elected office and show them what it's supposed to be like. Fast forward to 2021, I decided to run for city council in my city, and it took, actually this started in 2020, it took convincing just quite like Mayor Gums, from a lot of individuals to tell me they thought I had what it took to run for mayor and win in our city. Of course, my immediate response, if you know much about Warner Robins, Georgia, very conservative county, I said, well, just to be honest, in the spirit of Black History Month, I'm going to say they will never elect this black girl to run the city of Warner Robins. That's just not going to happen. Let somebody else do it. I'll run for city council. Maybe years down the road, it'll be the time for me to try something like that. But after months and months of individuals trying to convince me I had what it took, I finally had to find something deep down in myself for me to believe in myself, because a lot of individuals, different backgrounds, ethnicities, religious beliefs, past city council members, board members, a good diverse group of individuals. There's about 50 of them, which I called my random sampling of Warner Robins. They saw something in me that I didn't. And it took the moment when I had to believe and try to search to see what was it about me that made them think that this black girl could do that. And when I finally believed in myself, I said, okay, let's go for it. And I did it to be the change I wanted to see. I wanted to see real public service in a city that I would call my forever home. I'm raising a son there, and it was important to me to lead from the front and not sit and complain and do nothing. So that's my story.
That was amazing. Real quick, I want to just, before we go, I got the vice mayor of College Park is here, Joe. I'm just saying a couple quick words real quick.
All right, good evening. How's everybody? Madam Mayors, great to have you all here. I see Miss Kelly's here. I did not want to miss this, and I had a little gift for each of you all for coming to the city of College Park. We want to thank you all so much. And, you know, women are leading the charge in terms of elected officials regionally. And, hey, we surrendered years ago. You know, all I ask is you leave enough of us guys around to make sure we can open the doors for you. But on behalf of the city, I wanted to make sure you all got these. So I want to make sure you guys get these. And we really appreciate y'all so much for coming out. But we didn't want to miss y'all. So thank you again.
And we also have Richard here. Is Richard here? He's running for lieutenant governor of Georgia. I don't know if he's still here or he stepped out. Okay. All right. So really quick, we want to be quick. I know. Mayor Rhonda, first you, and then Mayor Gums. Quickly, if yeah, well. Okay, I got you. 1 second. Mayor Rhonda first. If Oprah Winfrey called you, Harriet Tubman, Michelle Obama, and who else did I say? I'm sorry, and Maya Angelou. Who would you pick up the phone for? Who would you talk to and why? Quickly.
Well, I wish I could put them all on FaceTime, but since I can't have a conference call on Zoom or Teams, I would say Michelle Obama, hands down. She is our modern day superhero, at least to me. The history that she made cannot be matched. The grace that she showed at all times, even when people went low, as she said, we go high. The inspiration that she is and what she means to not just our culture, but to our entire nation. She is a woman to be reckoned with, to put her career on the back burner, to make sure that her husband made history and did something great for our nation. I would love to sit and hear her stories, the adversity she faced, those those moments that made her want to cry, but she had to smile through it. I know she has a lot of those. But I would love to talk to Michelle Obama, and I hope that one day I get that blessing.
Mayor Gums, want to hear it again? if Maya Angelou, Michelle Obama, Harriet Tubman, or Oprah Winfrey called you, you're going to answer one of their phone calls. Who would you talk to and why?
Mine would also be Michelle Obama. Just her grace, her dignity, how she handles herself in faces of difficulty. I really kind of model a lot of my behavior behind Michelle Obama. And number one, she is a fashion icon. So I would say just the strength that she exudes, being able to maneuver through a lot of the mess. She has just really shined, and that would be the same. I would love to have a conversation with her, and just the overall grace and how she just carries herself is just the epitome of what I see as a strong woman.
All right, this question is for Mayor Dixon. So, are you? Oh, okay. So it's no secret that the south side of the city is a part of the city that is less developed, but it's also no secret that it's prime for development, it's prime for economic growth, and I think we all know that and believe in that. And so for you, what is your mindset on, and how do you balance the need for new development within your city, and how do you balance that with also trying to keep some of the character that exists within your city?
That's very simple, because we do it every day, don't we, girls? It's very simple for me. Riverdale is only 4.5 miles big. Not a lot of land, not a lot of nothing. But we have managed to grow it and to bring the people along with us so they'll feel like somebody, making them a part of the development. It ain't easy, because part of all of Riverdale is owned by 3 people. I better not say what they is. But it's owned by 3 people. So we have to go around them. But at the same time, we got a lot of wetland. Can't build on that. So, but we are doing it, and I'm happy to say now, we're targeting seniors, just opening up my new high-rise for seniors, new restaurants, a Smoothie King. Everybody loves Smoothie King. But we're opening up a lot of things. But some of the things I'm really proud of is our schools that we've opened and our relationship with the Board of Education, and the new libraries we're building. And it's just so much we're doing in Riverdale. And I can't say his name good. Oshkosh just gave me some millions of dollars, and I'm going to build new sidewalks and get my street together. Then gave me 700 and some thousand, and we're giving it to the police department. And we're going to get uniforms and get every other thing else and hire more policemen. It's a conglomerate of things, but the biggest thing it is that we got to do is get the people to care. Get the people to care about where you live. Don't put no trash on the street. And then don't let your children run rampant. Don't let your children run rampant. Keep them in control. It ain't the police and people's job take care of your children. Go take care of your own children. I raised 4 by myself, and they doing good. And they take care of mama. But I wanted to tell you that our city is really growing, as small as it is. And then we got a lot of people move there, a lot of young people. And we got a vet. The one thing I'm really proud of, how many vets we got in here? We're now opening up a vet's clinic. You ain't gonna be able to stay there, but you can. You're gonna be. I say the plane. Okay. You're going to be able to go get referrals to get food, clothes. People need counseling. And just direct them in the way they should go. It's a lot more that we're doing, but that's it. And let your subdivision. Don't park on the grass. Don't fix the car on the grass. Don't barbecue in the front, go in the backyard. There's a lot of little things like that that can help the aesthetics of the city. Because I asked one of my, when I was in at the University of Georgia in gerontology school, I asked one of the other component of us, why y'all like live where we live at? They said, because y'all walk on the grass. And that stuck with me. We ain't got to have the prettiest house, but we can have a pretty yard. So if I ever got a man, we could sit out on the front yard.
Okay, real quick, we have another word. We have another question, but real quick, I just want to say a couple of things. Michelle McMillan, if you come up here real quick. She is the president of GAREIA. GAREIA is a Georgia Real Estate Investment Association. They are part of making this happen. We are here every last Wednesday of the month, the Real Estate Investment Association. She is the president of GAREIA and the first black woman president of GAREIA. And GAREIA is and GAREIA is the longest real estate investment association, the largest, I'm sorry. So if you want to join, please, and we're here every last Wednesday. We're here every last Wednesday. We talk about real estate and all kind of stuff. She's here. I just want to say a couple of words real quick, and then we can get back into it.
Just want to welcome you here tonight. If you wish to join or you're interested in investing in real estate, just go to georgiareia.com and you can join there. It will. I just really like to promote wealth and generational wealth, and this is one way you can do it. We do education and networking, and it's a wonderful organization to join if you're interested in investing in real estate.
Thank you. Last one real quick, and then we can get back into it. Brian Bean, come on. He's our guest speaker next month, Wednesday, March 25th. Brian Bean, I'm going to tell his business. I know he's going to be mad about this, but he became a millionaire at 22, and he's going to be talking about millionaire strategies, and he owns a lot of land. And where's your land at? Butner Road. How many acres?
South Fulton.
South Fulton? How many acres? 23 acres of land he owns, house sits on. And he's gonna be here next month, Wednesday. We're here every last Wednesday of the month. Please come network. You're probably sitting right next to your partner. I own this building, and I own the building across, but I only did that because of the person that I met at this meeting, and we collaborated. So these meetings are not just to hear these awesome women, Black History Month, but it's also to network. It's also network. Rich, put your hands up. Rich specializes in Airbnb and also AI real estate. There's a lot of people in this. George, put your hand up. George, hello. He's also a contractor. So there's a lot of wealth in this room, and I encourage people to network, talk to somebody, meet a friend, because that can be, yeah, you too. Ms. Jenkins, also a commercial contractor. Real quick, Brian, real quick.
Thanks. Happy to be here. I appreciate it. Honored to be here with everybody on this esteemed panel. Thanks so much. Love the accent. Gotta love it. Basically, I'll be here next Monday. I teach two things. Next Wednesday. Next month. Last Wednesday, I teach mindset and money. I own a training company called Instincts to Income. I basically take what God gave you naturally and show you how to make money with that skill that we all have. So companies are hiring me to come in. I've studied about 18 different animals, and I'll show you how what the universe gave them, you have too, because you being the highest form of intelligence on the planet, you're just not using it. So I'll show you how to monetize that, how I retired at 22, how God gave me the gifts, and I'm blessed to give it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so in the spirit of taking care of our community and also economic development, this question is for Mayor Rhonda and Mayor Gumbs. So data centers are, it's a big point of contention, big topic, big discussion that's going on across many cities across the United States, and especially in Georgia, and then especially in the cities represented on this stage here. So the question for you all is, how do you view, and what's your mindset on balancing the concerns of residents as it relates to data centers and where they're built, how they're built? How do you balance the residents' concerns with also the kind of like the alluring prospect of the tax dollars that would come from that and allow you to help you build out your city in the ways that you see fit? How do you balance that?
Well, that topic is a very hot subject across our nation, and Georgia is no exception. I know in Atlanta Metro, you all have over 100 data centers. I just learned that, so that's my little fun fact of the day. Middle Georgia in Warner Robins, we have none. We have had some look at us, and we're right next to Forsyth, Monroe County, and there was a huge fallout with the residents on a potential data center coming to their community. So, of course, all of that bickering has come down to our area as well. So I'd say the first thing we have to do, if we're in support of it or not in support of it, but as elected officials, is educate our community about what data centers mean, and let them draw their own conclusion on that. When it comes to the tax incentives and things that they're receiving, I won't say that I necessarily agree with the amount of taxes incentives that they are giving, though I know it's a powerful tool when enticing a business to come and invest millions of dollars in your community. I do look at, whenever I'm on 2 development authorities in my area, we always look at the balance of the investment amount, how many jobs are they creating, and how much those jobs pay to justify giving them the tax incentive. And I know from my research, or at least my research has led me to believe, that the number of jobs that come in exchange for the tax credits don't necessarily yield great dividends for a city's budget. So just putting information out in the community and making sure we're aware of it, making sure we're considering, don't get shocked by the big amount of investment. You got to think about your natural resources such as water. You got to think about the grid, the natural gas that they're going to use to make those buildings function, and what does it mean for our city long term when we're losing tax dollars, losing tax revenue, and the amount of profit the data centers are receiving, and it not really filtering into our soil, our community. So that's how I would handle that.
It's a little different for the southern cities down further. Right now, we have been hit with quite a bit of data centers wanting to come to our area. I do believe that there is a push for cities of color because they do dangle that money in front of a lot of these cities and think, oh, well, they'll just give in and, take all of the revenue type of thing. What has happened in South Fulton, we got caught sleeping at the wheel as a young city. Of course, we had to go in. We had about 5 data centers that were grandfathered into our city. And we had to go in and change the zoning because we adopted zonings from Fulton County. So we had to go in and really regulate it because we noticed that it was becoming a phenomenon. A lot of people were coming to the south side to start pushing these data centers. And I think for most of it, based on how I've seen the layout, because we're so close to the airport, it is a logistical area, that's where they felt was the best thing. They also kind of pushed it a little bit more because they felt data centers were a little less controversial versus the warehouses, because as you know, South Fulton will stand up about these warehouses, right? So we started to see the shift and we started studying it. And what has happened, the city of South Fulton has placed a moratorium on data centers. And the reason why we've done that, and that was one of the legislation pieces that I led before I became mayor. I wanted us to really take a step back and evaluate what it is that it was happening, whether it is a big, I guess, increase on our, you hear all of these stories, your light bill is going up, your water is being impacted. We didn't really know the environmental impact that it would have. So it gave us an opportunity to just kind of put the brakes on it. And now we're working along with experts to really start educating, as you share with our community. Not saying that we're going to really be all in, but again, it is lucrative. There are some things, and especially if some of these House bills end up passing, municipalities will need to find different ways to really fund their city. And we are a bedroom community in South Fulton. We don't have that big commercial piece. So we'll have to be a little bit creative in how we bring or generate revenue if those bill passes. So again, there's a lot of work that we still have to do, but data centers, we're not a big fan of them because there's still some more unknowns. I've looked at, I believe is Virginia. They have had the most data centers that have come through, and just how their community is dealing with it. People are learning different things every day about these data centers. So for us, it's about making sure that we educate ourselves as elected officials, as well as making sure that we're educating the community.
Okay. Good answer.
Please stop talking.
Okay. Real quick, I just, we have various people in the audience, and I just want to acknowledge them. And again, like I said, this is also obviously to meet these wonderful mayors, but there's also an opportunity to network with your neighbor. So I want to acknowledge Derek Cafe. Derek, put your hand up or stand up. Derek is the new city council member of Austell.
Can you stand
Derek.
up?
This
I
is what you
can't
look like.
see
Derek,
him.
stand up. Derek, stand up. Stand up. Yeah, there you go.
You can't be shy as an elected official now. You're going to have to stand up.
A new city council member. Also, Jane Williams is running for State House, District 68.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am Jane Williams, and yes, I am running for State House in District 68. Now, District 68 is between two counties, Fulton County and Fayette County. In Fulton County, we have South Fulton County, Union City, and Fairburn. In Fayette County, we have Tyrone, Fayetteville, and Peachtree City. Now, I am running for District 68, which is a vacant seat, or it will be a vacant seat. I am running so that we can have a voice and a seat at the table. I believe that everybody should have a working government that works for everyday people. I want to make sure that I am committed to working for our district, for concerns that we have. Environment, which we have already spoken about. Also, working families, trying to work with the unions to help raise minimum wage, as well as safer schools and communities, and voting rights. Now let's talk about voting rights for a little bit, y'all. Voting rights, that's why I moved over a little bit. So voting rights, everybody. Make sure that you are registered to vote. Check your MVP page, my voters page, because we all know that they are purging people off the road. So I just want us to be sure about that, as well as if anyone knows anybody that has served any time. Some people say, no, they can't vote, but there is a possibility that they can vote. So we need to make sure with Senate Bill 105 that tells us that we can get off early probation if we meet 3 requirements, okay? So if you need more information, you can go to janeforgeorgia.com, or you can go to my email, electjane68@gmail.com. Thank you so much.
Listen, I'm not mad at you. Like Joe said, it's about black women, right? It's about black women. They get in these positions. We got to support them. So real quick, Dr. Wynn, real quickly, okay, we're going to quickly, if you was a superhero, who would you be? Wonder Woman, Supergirl, or Batwoman? Catwoman, sorry, Catwoman. Quickly, and why? Quickly.
I'm thinking. I think I'll be Wonder Woman. I don't want to be Catwoman. I don't want to be her. I'll be Wonder Woman because she do really good things in the community. They help people and to purge and do stuff. And I'll be Wonder Woman so I can help a lot of people. That's what I want to do. And wear that little suit.
Okay, Mayor Gums, if you had to be a superhero, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, or Catwoman, who would you be and why?
Can I be all three? I think I would be all three. I think in different situations I would have to, posture to be Wonder Woman, again helping the community. Sometimes I will need to be Catwoman and climb some mountains and some walls. And Superwoman, sometimes you just want to bear that S on your chest. I mean,
Okay.
so I would say I would be all three.
Okay. All right, awesome.
Okay, all right. So this is for Mayor Dixon. You ready? There we go. So as you told me a little bit earlier, they call you the mama of the city, which is that's an amazing title to earn and to have. But the question that I have for you, and maybe something that also could be advice to share for the other mayors on the stage, is how do you think you keep that personal touch with the constituents of your city while also still managing, as you mentioned, the growing city? So how do you keep that personal touch with the people that you govern?
Well, that's simple. When I go out, I speak to everybody. I ain't stuck up. I ain't none of that. And then if they call me and need help with their children and all of that, I got two. My son is a PhD. My daughter, she a principal, and my other son's attorney, and the one in the clean. So I be real with people and tell them I got a son in the clean. But he finished his college education now. And you have to be real with the people to let them know my lights, gas been cut off before. I know what it's like to walk. I know what it's like not to have no gas. You have to let people know that you've been where they are. But it ain't over. You still can make it if you trust and believe and do things in the community. Like I raise the money and I give 5 scholarships every year. Not the city money, but the money I raise. And then I feed the hungry. I do a lot. You have to give back to the community. I tell you, move that mic. I'm from the hood, so I watch periphery. And I don't sit with my back to the door.
So, this question is for Mayor Rhonda. So we try to offset the energy, right? He comes with the serious questions. I kind of come with the kind of lifestyle. Mayor Rhonda, finish this sentence. My name is blank, and blank is my guilty pleasure. My name is blank, and blank is my guilty pleasure.
Okay. My name is LaRonda Patrick, and I work so much, so I don't have guilty pleasures right now, but I'm thinking really hard of what it might be. What is it, Christy? Nothing. My guilty pleasure is laying on my couch watching Lifetime movies.
Okay. Mayor Gums, my name is blank, and blank is my guilty pleasure.
I know I just told you not to ask me that question. If anybody knows me, they would say, I am Carmelita. My nickname is Pound Cake. Gums. My guilty pleasure is watching Tubi.
Okay.
I watch all the Ratchet movies.
Yes.
And that is what I do in my spare time. I watch that hood movie.
Dr. Evelyn Wynn Dixon. My name is blank, and blank. And blank is my guilty pleasure.
I'm going to be nice, Ricky. My name is going to be My name gonna be Peaches. So whoever I meet, know that I'll be sweet to them. And what the other part? Well, I don't know why all of them say the same thing, but I like television. I love movies and televisions. I really, really do. But I ain't gonna watch no ratchet movies. I ain't watching no ratchet. I like good movies. You know, them holiday movies and stuff like that. And you look at it and cry and say, oh, I wish I had that. And when it's over, you done. You ain't got to really have it. So no, that's it. That's how you want it.
All right. So we talked about the large kind of commercial interest with data centers and warehouses and things like that coming to the city. But another question that I have is for small businesses. So for small business owners, because communities are made up of, you know, residents and a lot of small businesses that really bring the culture to different communities. But for small business owners that want to work in your city right now or set up shop in your city right now, what is some of the largest hurdles for them, preventing them from doing so, and how is your city helping them jump those hurdles? Oh, whole stage, sorry, whole stage. Yeah. No, it was just.
I would say the biggest hurdle, and this is probably for most cities, is permitting and licensing. What we have noticed, and I'm a small business owner, and a lot of my friends have businesses throughout the city of South Fulton. It's been hard to do business, and that's the biggest thing that I really want to start promoting in our city is becoming more business friendly. We just passed legislation after I asked the city manager to do an amnesty day because we want to be able to drive revenue into our city and get these businesses into compliance. And through this process, we've learned that we had almost about 8,900 small businesses that did not have a license but was operating in the city of South Fulton. And that was concerning. So we created an amnesty day where we're able to waive, 23, 24, and 25 back taxes if it's under $10,000, especially for small businesses. That'll give them an opportunity to come into compliance and really get their business up and start and running the ground. Of course, that'll start generating some money for the city, but that was legislation that just passed last night that I sponsored because, again, I'm looking out for small businesses. Like you said, they're the heartbeat of the community. They're the fabric of trying to keep everything together, and I want to make sure that I continue to support small businesses. Another thing that I do as mayor is I go around to I like to eat. If anybody want to feed me, I like to eat. But I go to different restaurants. I go to small businesses and make sure that I highlight them and use my influence to help for people to start going out. And businesses love that. They love that exposure. So I'm always looking out for small businesses.
Mayor Rhonda, the same question?
Okay, well, in Warner Robins, well, for those of you who don't know where Warner Robins is, we are not in Atlanta Metro. We are Middle Georgia, home of Robins Air Force Base. We're about an hour and 45 minutes away from College Park, and we support small businesses. We love small businesses. We love to see all the different shops and restaurants in our city. I have some of my team here with me. Just raise your hand if you're part of my team, and the county team. Okay. In our city, we're known for this: food. So, Mayor Gums, you got to come see. But we love restaurants. We are known for having just about every kind of restaurant you can think of when it comes to fast service. So we love our food. We love our chicken. We love our pizza. We love our international cuisine. And those are all in our city because of small business owners. So we support small business owners. Something that we are doing in our city is we make sure we're highlighting those small businesses so people are aware that they exist. We support Small Business Saturdays, so when we encourage them, when we're highlighting them, we encourage people to go shop at the small businesses, shop at your hometown business, support our local owners here in our city. And we're seeing that individuals are getting newcomers every time to their business. And we know that if they visit a new business, they may come back again and again if they get great customer service. We don't have many programs that the city runs where we are helping finance those businesses, but their access to capital is always an issue. So we don't have that blueprint to help them with the resources yet, but we help them with making sure they can get their permits. We help them in other ways since we don't have grants to give them. Just having their ease in getting registered, their ease in getting those best business practices to make sure they're successful.
Okay. Doc Dixon? Mayor Dixon?
Okay, for me, I've set up a business coalition where all the businesses can come together and meet and talk about their issues and see many of them didn't have insurance. We tell them how to get insurance, how to aesthetically fix it up, tell them about people. A lot of people, seniors, have rights to some things that can come in and help them. So we feel that, and then when I have parades or whatever, we include them in it. Sometimes it's funny, but we include them. But the thing it is like they do. I visit all of them. I'm not telling you how much I eat, but I go. But the one thing I can tell you is that if they know you're on their side and you are willing to help, it'll grow. And we're trying to encourage people. By us being so small, now when we do a pitch to get somebody to come, we're telling people we're going to have to build up because we cramp for space and not out. So you may have your restaurant on the top and the parking garage right under it. So we're trying to be innovative and doing things to get people to come. And we have a variety of restaurants now. I'm trying to get a 5-star with a little band, so if you want to go out with your sweetie, you can go dance. What you do that when you sing? There you go, shout it. Uh-oh. There you go, ma'am. You can do karaoke, but no, they're just partnering with them and letting them know that you work with them.
Okay. Quickly, I want to acknowledge someone real quick, and then I have a fun question that I want to ask you guys. Val, stand up. She's the owner of the Wellness Spot right here in downtown College Park.
I am here with my mom. Good evening. Can y'all just give them a hand again? I have learned so much about each of you. One of them is my soror, which I'm representing, but I am the owner of the Wellness Spot. How many of you heard the Wellness Spot? Yay! We are in historic College Park, next to Break Pad, and down from the Breakfast Boys. So we have massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, events, and fitness. I have 4 businesses in College Park. I am a product of College Park. And so one of the things that when Ricky told me he was doing this again, I said, Ricky, I really think it is important that we recognize these mayors because the weight of the world is on their shoulders, right? And how many of you know that wellness starts from the top down? And if the mayors are not well, cities can't thrive. And so one of the things that we want to do as a wellness community, we want to offer some gifts to the mayors. We have gifts in to just show our appreciation. Oftentimes, elected officials are neglected in terms of their wellness. They have to make decisions about students, business, constituents. They have to live with a lot of complaints. And so one of the things that we're doing at the Wellness Spot, I know, heard up. One of the things that we're doing at the Wellness Spot is we are having a mayor reset day where you come in and you have a full spa day. So we are excited about you coming to the Wellness Spot. You all are welcome to come to the Wellness Spot. Thank you so much for your service. It's not a career, it's a calling. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
She about to make me cry.
No one gets the mic anymore.
Nobody gets the mic.
You give women the mic, don't know how to act.
Oh,
Don't know how to
it is
act.
Black History Month.
We'll be here all night. Okay, fun question. We want to mix it up. Fun question. Mayor Gums, 90s hip hop or 90s R&B or 90s reggae, and why?
90s hip hop. When was the last time you fell in love with hip hop? I mean, y'all remember that?
Okay.
I mean, listen, that's it. I can't. But I like trap music, like a lot of trap music. So I just want to I'm being a real mayor. Like, honestly, I love trap music and I love hip hop. So.
Appreciate it. Mayor Rhonda, 90s hip hop or 90s R&B or 90s reggae?
I'm an 80s baby, but I love 90s R&B, but I also love rapping. Like, I can rap. I'm
What do you rap? Go ahead. I know you got one.
I love T.I. as an artist. He is the king when it comes to hip hop to me. And I do have bars when I'm rapping with him. Yeah.
Dr. Evelyn Wynn Dixon.
Well, baby, you ain't had my list on there. Let me tell you. I'm a 60, 70, 80 girl with just my imagination once again running away with me.
Okay.
That's the music, baby, because you could slow drag, you could bop, you can do everything. And back in the day when we danced off them songs, them boys back in the day, they put them blue jeans on and them white shirts. They mama be on iron them with the Argo stars. And you be dancing with them and they had that JD song.
Oh my goodness. I love that answer. That's actually a perfect transition into this question. So, speaking of all the different generations that we have and all the things that's going on with music and how we bridge the gap with things, now we're coming into a time where the largest voting block is about to be the youngest generation that's coming up. And so, the question that I have, and this question is for everyone on the stage, how do you go about, or how do you go about thinking about engaging the next generation as far as like teenagers or young adults to keep them involved, invested in their city, in the community, and then not only that, but also invested in the local government process?
Mayor Rhonda, you want to start first?
All right, so I'm very passionate about working with the younger generations. Even though my baby is 8 years old, I had my baby a little bit late. I love connecting with the middle schoolers, high schoolers, the young adults, and inviting them into City Hall, educating them about public service, careers in local government, and encouraging them to come out and shadow, do an internship at the City of Warner Robins, trying to come up with different things to entice them to apply for boards for the younger adults in the city so they get to learn about city business and just encourage them to volunteer in our community through city initiatives or otherwise so they can understand what it's like to give back, to serve our community. A lot of the younger generations, they're about passion. They're going to pick careers based on passion. So trying to make service be a part of their passion is what I like to do. Showing them I'm just LaRonda. That's what I say. I'm just LaRonda. I'm a regular person. I happen to have this position, but connecting with them and allowing them to see my personality and laugh at all of my great jokes, even though my staff thinks I'm not funny. Some of them think that, but most of them think I'm hilarious. But having them laugh at my jokes, just letting them see I'm a genuine person and not something that's the position of mayor is something that's not just unattainable, and the importance of voting so that you can get people in office who's about service and serving our community and not serving themselves.
I think we're all on the same path. The same thing, I went to speak at a middle school today, just trying to show them that, hey, this is politics, how to get into it, that this is something, like she said, attainable. I also try to meet young people where they are. Whether it is, doing stupid TikToks or, that type of thing, but making politics relatable, that, you can really talk about a topic that is bothering them, or, if we want to talk about bullying, if you want to talk about vaping, those are the things that we talk about, educating them about laws and all that good jazz. And what I found is that there is an interest, especially for our young people, that they want to get into politics, they want to make change. We do the same things as far as interning, bringing interns into the office. I was actually the first council person to start an intern program at the city of South Fulton, because I believe in young people. And they keep you young, they keep you fresh, they give you new ideas. My baby is 23 years old, and she don't fool with me no more. So I got to find some other kids. But I think it's really important, is really trying to meet them where they are. Whether, like I said, it's the crazy TikToks, but just being able to relate and talk to them. Like, they told me, what is this? Tea? Yeah, this the tea. Clock it. I did that. So those are different things that I'm learning. So, and making sure that my words match up, because I could say parlay and they'd be like, what is that? That type of thing. So just, again, being able to meet them where they are is definitely important.
Well, for me, old girl, take it different. You got to talk to the children, not at them. You got to be able to explain things to them, not just say, no, you got to do this. Tell them about people like me who marched with Dr. King now. We ran for dogs. I couldn't run fast, but we ran from them. And then that voting is, I've been voting since I was 18 years old, and I'm 76. And I'm trying to tell you, it's as important to me today as it was then. We got to teach our young people the values. When I was coming up, you were made to go to Sunday school at church. There wasn't no if, and, but. Your parents taught you how to do this and that. Taught the boys how to cook and the girls how to survive. Not only do we need to teach them survival, we need to tell the importance. I'm so sick and tired of young people. My vote don't count. Well, if my vote didn't count, how you got that job? Make them see the reality of what's going on. I love to have fun. I love to teach and all of that. But we got to teach them the reality. If it was a thing today, people from the hood and stuff, we know how to survive. We don't teach children how to survive anymore. They used to tell us, go in there and cook some pinto beans with a ham hock in it, with an onion and some red Kool-Aid, and live to see another day.
Facts. Yep, amen.
We don't teach children facts anymore. It ain't about clothes. And we need to, one more thing before we get off this bandwagon. I need them to teach young boys and girls to stop wearing them pants off their behind. I'm so tired of seeing the multicolored underwear. But it ain't so much the young people. I see old dudes. And they butt drawed up. What they doing there? So I just think we just need to talk to them more and show the value of what a vote is. They don't know the value of a vote. So that's what we need to do.
Okay, real quick, we're going to do a couple more questions, and then we're going to open it up, and then we're going to call it a night. And I want to thank everybody for coming. And you can get a chance to meet the mayors personally, take a picture with them, talk to them. We have a couple last more questions, and then we'll open it up. Also, I want to recognize Kim, Fire Designs. She's an African-American. Stand up, Kim. She's an African-American contractor, woman contractor. So my question is, and I want, if you guys been here last year, we do this every year, Black History Month, last Wednesday of the month. And I have to say, this is probably one of the best ones that we've done. Would you say that, right? Yeah, for sure. And one of the reasons why is because we actually mixed it up, right? Because it gets kind of boring just talking about political stuff. So here's another fun question. Some of y'all probably gonna be like, another one? Yes. Mayor Gums. What condiment best describes you? Peanut butter, jelly, ketchup or mayonnaise, and why?
Neither one. I'm Chick-fil-A sauce. I'm that Chick-fil-A sauce that everybody can, Yeah, they love it. So, I wouldn't be peanut butter.
Okay. I don't know who phone this is. Mayor Rhonda, what condiments best describes you? Peanut butter, jelly, mayonnaise, or ketchup?
I'm like Mayor Gums. I don't like any of those to describe me. But if I were to pick one of the four and make it make sense for my personality, I probably would say peanut butter because I really do stick to people. Like when they meet me, they love me. I stick with them. I could be smooth. I could be rocky, rough. If they have spicy, I saw spicy peanut butter. I could be spicy. I could be sweet. Yeah, all of those things. So I would say peanut butter.
Okay. Mayor Dixon, what condiment best describes you? Peanut butter, jelly, mayonnaise, or ketchup?
I could be all of them, but I choose mayonnaise. I'm not going to say it proper. We were brought up and we were saying mayonnaise. And I would do that because mayonnaise can go with just about everything. And I'd be able to meet everybody where they are by being a little mayonnaise. You could put it on thick with a tomato sandwich with a little onion and pepper. Or you could be light on a cheese sandwich. I just like to be versatile. So let me be the mayonnaise. I spread easy.
You know what, Mayor? Mayor. I'll have to come to your office.
Well,
I think it's over now.
another amazing answer.
We don't have nothing left.
All right, so before we close with some of the crowd questions, I have a question for Mayor Dixon and Mayor Gums, and then we have a little bit of rapid fire questions that I want to throw at you guys. But this question right here, in the spirit of being mayonnaise and being able to go with everything, South Fulton and Riverdale, of course, are neighbors. And so the question here is, how can our cities on the southern corridor work together to better compete with other areas, or North Atlanta, other areas of the city? How can our cities work together better to compete?
That's simple. Just come together. Come to a meeting, come together. Put your ideas on the table. Work out what you think you can do and what you can't, but be real with it. If you can't do that or you don't like that, say, no, boo, I ain't be able to do that. But be real and honest. It just takes coming together, praying first, coming together, putting your ideas together. Everything ain't going to work, but come in with the mindset that at least something out of this might work.
Same thing. I think having a relationship with the mayors is important. So for me, you just got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to come, talk, and have real conversations. Everybody's landscape is different. They're going to want certain things in each city, but just where we can have a meeting of the minds, because what happens in South Fulton affects all the other city. What happened in College Park affects South Fulton, Riverdale. It's the same thing. So we just got to be able to be a big old family and talk.
Mayor Rhonda, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
I would say don't limit yourself with your lists, your goals. I was one that I'm going to do this at this age, this at that age, da-da-da-da. Don't limit yourself to that. Because I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, I love my Lord and Savior, and I have to just throw this in there real quick. I believe that God can do exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ever ask or think. So I would tell myself that at 18. I didn't really understand that till I was, probably 29. In 2019, I really understood that concept, but that would be my advice.
Mayor Gums, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
You got these thought-provoking questions. That is okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them. I think along the way at 18, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And you make mistakes, but as long as you're able to learn from those mistakes, I think you just got to give yourself grace. And I didn't give myself enough grace. So I would say that.
Mayor Dixon, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
I would tell myself, make sure you listen.
Mayor Dixon.
Oh, make sure you listen to your mama and follow her instructions. Because that what she told you was real. I never stopped believing in the Lord, so I didn't have to start believing in that. But the one thing I will say is that I love my children and all that stuff. But the one thing for me personally, because I used to be a perfect size 5, as I told you. I think I wouldn't have ate as many buttermilk biscuits and salmon and third. I would have said, push it back because your mama didn't lie. If you keep on in that, you're going to be a big girl.
All right. So before we get into the questions from the crowd, we have some fairly lighthearted, rapid-fire questions. I'm going to throw the questions out there, and then just try to answer with one of the first things that comes to your mind. All right? So I'll start with Mayor Gums. So what is your go-to comfort food after a long council meeting?
Pork chops.
Okay. Mayor Rhonda, your go-to comfort food after a long council meeting?
Popcorn.
Mayor Dixon.
When I leave it out, piece of drumstick from churches.
There you go. All right. Mayor Gums, are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm a night owl.
Night owl?
Night owl for sure.
Anytime, I'm old. I'm old, you just go with it.
All right. What is the last book you read or podcast you listened to?
Just let them.
Okay.
Mine is Michelle Obama Becoming.
Okay.
The Bible.
Okay. There we go. All right. Are we a Falcons fan or a Hawks fan?
I am a Hawks fan.
Hawks fan. All right.
Poor Falcons.
You said Falcons or Hawks. I'll say or.
Or.
Go Ravens.
Well, neither.
Neither. There we go. That's fair. That's fair. All right. What is one thing your constituents would be surprised to learn about you? I think that Tubi one was a good one.
I think they all know about Tubi. What would they know about me? That I drive way too fast.
No.
I do. I thank God I don't get pulled over by the police, but I do. I drive really fast, so they probably don't. As you know, I walk slow in slow motion, but I drive really fast.
Okay.
I like to rap, even though I said that before. That's still something they'd be surprised to know about me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love being with little bit of children and youth and talking to them. That's my thing. And I like to get that. Who I'm in here can remember, I don't know if y'all parents did, that old ice cream churn. You put that ice in there. Go to the market and get them strawberries and peaches. Put it in there and churn. And when you get through, you lick that thing and your tongue gets stuck to it.
That's it? We good?
I ain't got nothing else.
Mayor Gums, quick rapid fire questions. Favorite kind of movie? Romance, scary, thriller, or comedy?
Absolutely ratchet, but I am a fan of Grease, believe it or not. Grease 1 and 2.
But you didn't say which kind. Romance, scary, thriller, or comedy?
Well, I mean, Grease is a romance, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I guess. I ain't dated in a while, so I don't know. But I guess it's romance.
Okay. Mayor Rhonda?
I like action, so thriller.
Good, okay. Mayor Dixon?
I love the Ten Commandments. I love that movie.
Okay. If you had a pet, what would you have? Dog, cat, or goldfish? Mayor Gums?
Dogs. I have 4 dogs.
Ew.
I have 4 Frenchies. I have dogs.
Okay. Mayor Rhonda?
To the bathroom.
Dogs. I like gentle giants, even though like Great Danes, the big golden doodles. But I have 2 bulldogs, so
Okay.
one's a Frenchie. Okay.
Mayor Dixon?
Well, I ain't got no dog. But if I had one, it would have to be a French poodle. But I ain't want no dog because I have a hard time waking up at night going to the bathroom. I got to take him to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay, Mayor Gums. Mayor Gums. When I was a little girl, I always wanted to be blank, and why?
I wanted to be. I don't know. I always wanted to be my mama, but then I realized. I mean, you know, she was a nurse and she was always helping people. So I would say I always wanted to grow up and help people just like my mama. Oh. Yeah. Don't aw, but
Mayor
it didn't
Rhonda?
work out that way.
Mayor Rhonda?
Mine is no secret. I always wanted to be like my hero, who is my dad. I wanted to be in the Air Force since I was a little girl.
Okay. Mayor Dixon?
I ain't want to be neither one of them. I just want to be loved and love people back and make people happy. That was my thing. I always was trying to make people laugh when I was young.
Okay, still do. All right. Last question, and then we're going to open it up real quick, and then we're going to call it a night. Y'all can meet them. Last question. If I ever saw a blank person, I would ask for a selfie. Mayor Gums.
What?
Method Man.
Method Man? What?
Oh my God, yes. Method Man is my go-to. I swear I'll try to risk it all. But Method Man, I love Method Man, so I would say a selfie with Method Man. Or the Birmingham police chief right now. I think he's hot, so I would definitely take a selfie with him.
Mayor Rhonda.
That one's a hard one, but I'm going to say Idris Elba with his accent. And I love dark chocolate men. Idris.
Now what the question was?
Mayor Dixon. If I ever saw a blank person, I would ask for a selfie.
That's easy. Denzel, baby.
Okay, we're going to have questions. Anyone want to open it up? We'll do 5 quick questions. Anybody have a question? We can open up right here. Right here. Come. Right here. Let's line up real quick. Please try to make it quickly. Mary, that microphone, please. Let's try to make it real quickly. No, 5. 5, yeah. Back a little bit. Back a little bit. Back a little bit. And they'll be here. And they'll be here a little bit. Y'all can talk to them quickly. Oh, thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Testing. Yeah, my name is Brian Davis. I'm a former Army veteran. I own my own business. It's called Stealth Tech Services. So I represent for my veterans, you know, in my circle and small businesses. So I came here with a purpose to ask you guys this question about small businesses and advocating for us. Despite the changes in the government and stuff, a lot of times when we deal with the city and their different districts and counties, a lot of times there are a lot of foreign businesses that come here and actually get the business more so than the small businesses. what would you try to do to be more advocating to make sure that the larger primes or GCs to actually make sure that the small businesses be nominated to work with inside the city for those different contracts? Because like Texas, they make sure they advocate for the small businesses. They say, if we give you the contract, you make sure you hire one of our local people in the area. Instead of going and hiring somebody else out there, how would you guys do that moving forward?
Yeah, go ahead, please, yeah.
What I do in my city is we give you a percentage off, and we try to help you to get all your processes there, because sometimes we get citizens who don't understand the process of the paperwork. So we try to get somebody in there to assist them in doing that and give them a little monetary thing back like that.
Okay, appreciate it. Mayor Gomez? Mayor Rhonda? Quickly?
Well, I come from the government procurement background, so dealing with contractors, proposals, bids. Inside the contract, the request for proposal, you put in small business set-asides, and then you monitor that. So then those, certain percent of the contract, for example, for construction needs to go to veteran-owned. A small percentage may need to just go to a local business, or a small percentage may need to go to a women-owned business. So you just decide what that is, put it in your contract, and make sure they abide by it.
I think the reality is that procurement is the one in biz that's probably the one thing that gets so many elected officials in trouble. So you can't come to me and tell me that I need to be doing this. We follow the process. Again, we put the percentage in just like mostly everyone else is. We will encourage you and teach you how to do business with the city. I think that's the most important thing, because I'm going to promise you I'm not going to jail for nobody.
Okay, go ahead. Your question? Quickly, please. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hi, my name is Trinity Dabney. I'm a 10th grader, and I attend South Cobb High School. Well, it's it's for research, and also I want to pursue the medical field, but also I am the sophomore class president. So I wanted to know, as a student government president, how can student leaders partner with the city officials to support community initiatives?
Wait a minute. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 15 years old.
Amazing.
This is open to anyone.
Well, as a former student government president in high school, I would say reach out to your city council, ask to come in and shadow, see if they have a youth council that you could serve on, find out there's initiatives you can kind of get behind, kind of be that youth face of that. There's a lot of opportunities. We're looking for youth like you in our cities who want to serve, and bring some friends with you when you do it, so that we can really train up this next generation. But congratulations to you.
And if I could say anything, the simplest thing, I went back to school late. And the thing that helped me the most was when I went to Georgia State. In the library, they have books of people who have been rich, spinsters, died, and left all this money. Go look in them books, girl. I found a lot of money. I bought me some shoes and everything. You go look in them books and look for scholarship money for med school, minorities, and everything. But it's in that library. They'll tell you where to look. I can't forget it's been so long. But
I would say the same thing. We need volunteers. We need young people. We need to have more young people come out into the community and show them what volunteering and community work look like. So just connect with your local government, connect with us. I mean, we'll love to have you come and do some work in Cobb. You probably have some friends in South Fulton, but again, we need young people, because y'all are the worker bees. We tired.
Okay. All right. The mayor of Lithonia here. She had another meeting, but at least she made the effort, so we appreciate her.
My question, I'm going to pass the mic to Representative Abdul Salam, has to do with unjust laws. What do we do to change unjust laws?
Thank you. No, he was passing it to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, State Representative Roberta Abdul Salam, retired from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Woohoo!
Warner Robins is my hometown. I wanted to ask about a situation that was brought to my attention about 2 juveniles that were sentenced to 15 years in prison, and we need to try to get some public support for. But as mayors, I know that it's not in your purview for judicial cases, but you do have influence with the legislature and other entities. What would you say to do to try to make it a more just society for our young people?
The first thing I'll say is we got to start making some noise. There's too many times when things are happening, a few people complain and it goes dead, but you got to make noise as a community. And as a leader in my city, along with my city council, we encourage individuals to share their voice. Just like we want them to vote, we also want to hear your voice. And providing that platform so they're comfortable to share their story, bring it to people's attention, and force some change is all we can do. Because if we don't make noise, they're not going to make it for us, and we're going to be seen as being complacent, and things will never change.
Hello, mayors. Thank you so much for tonight. My name is Rich Monroe. I'm the president of a nonprofit called the Atlanta Metro Short-Term Rental Alliance. As Ricky said, we usually have real estate meetings here, so we have a lot of folks here that are doing real estate. I'd love to hear your opinion about the short-term rental ordinance and rules. A lot of cities have already put things in place, like the city of Fairburn, for example. We have properties there, and it's a very reasonable ordinance. We're currently negotiating with the city of Atlanta right now, ahead of the World Cup, to put in place some reasonable regulations. Would love to hear each of your opinions about if you already have an ordinance in place or what your opinion is about it.
So you're looking at me, Mr. Rich, so I'll start. I know that the mayors in Atlanta Metro probably have more input on that than I would in Middle Georgia, but I'll tell you this. The one thing that we do when we're tackling those tough subjects, we bring in the experts. We bring in people like you. Sit down, this is our concern, educate us from your perspective, help us regulate this, something that may be fair. It may hurt a little bit, but it's fair. We do that all the time if we're dealing with vape, if we're dealing with the CBD stores, if we're dealing with convenience stores popping up on every corner, liquor stores, we're bringing in the experts like you. So you have to educate us so that we can make the best decision on what the regulation should be. We do not currently have a regulation in place because we don't have that big issue in Warner Robins, Georgia. So whenever it is our time, our community will tell us, and we're going to bring in somebody like you so we can get it right.
Be happy to participate.
I can tell you in South Fulton, I think we started the short-term rental in 2019, very early on because I saw it as low-hanging fruit to get some additional revenue into our city. We kind of modeled that short-term rental after the city of New Orleans. And what happened, there was a phenomenon, I think the pad splits and all the other stuff, and the state was trying to figure out if it was going to go under short-term rental. And we started doing that, and we wanted to put a special use permit in place to hear every case, and then we realized that that got absolutely out of control. So we ended up, some of the short-term rental language was changed. We had to repeal it, but we have just put back in place a really good short-term rental program ahead of World Cup, because we know that in South Fulton, it's a bedroom community. A lot of people are really trying to monetize their home. So we have that in place, and we get of course, we get revenue off of that. We don't have a lot of hotels, but we get a real good chunk sum of money through Airbnb and VBRO and those things. So it does help the city with its bottom line.
That's great that you guys are ahead of it. That's good.
We are now in the city of Riverdale. We are now discussing about that in the Airbnbs. We had too many, and they just gone now, just about all, because it was just for parties, and they would leave the premises horrible. So we are working on that, and most of our stuff comes to go through the county, because that's where housing and everything. But we are addressing that in the city of Riverdale.
Yeah, what we do is we have best practices for our members, so we don't allow events or parties or gatherings. We have quiet times from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. And so one of the things that we do is make sure all the neighbors know if we are doing a short-term rental. So I'm happy to talk a little bit more with you about that as well.
Yeah, thank you. I need your help. So long story short, residents came to us and told us, did you know, well, let me say this first. Lithonia is a small city, so you know everybody knows everybody, right? So some residents will come to us and say, hey, such and such next door is doing the Airbnb. What y'all gonna do? So when they say those type of things, of course, we try not to, investigate and, make a big fuss about it. But Lithonia does not have anything in place as far as short-term rentals. So we have been looking at it. We've been trying to see what the county is doing to mimic, but long story short, like she said, we need somebody like you to show us the way. And I would greatly appreciate if you could, because right now we don't have anything. But they are doing it, and we understand we do need to have ordinances in place to handle it.
I'm happy to help. The name of our association is Atlanta Metro. So we've worked with Decatur, DeKalb, Smyrna, and Cobb with redoing the ordinance. So I'm happy to help out with that as well. Thank you. Thanks, Rick.
Yes, well, to introduce myself, my name is John L. Carol Menifee. Carol Menifee in the back. We're Solar Time USA, a 100% black female-owned company, as well as I'm the first black chair of the Georgia Solar Energy Association, a 20-year organization. Can I get a witness? And my question to the mayors is that about 85% of the community is looking for renewable or sustainable activities within inside your communities, like solar, EV, energy efficiency upgrades to your facilities. So have you done anything related to any of these type of applications to your cities? Thank you. And are those any opportunities for small businesses to participate?
We've done an EV charging station project in our downtown district. We've done 2 of them, one of them during my term, one before. So I'm a firm believer in consumer choice when it comes to power. So we welcome opportunities to diversify in our city the types of power sources that we have, and we always welcome small businesses. Of course, we go through the procurement process and just making sure we're educating the small businesses that these opportunities exist, and when they exist is what we have to do to make sure you have those opportunities.
In the city of South Fulton, we have EV charging stations because we know that there is a big pickup in a lot of people owning electric vehicles. We have them all throughout our parks now. We have about 17 parks. We also have them in some of our municipal buildings. So we are taking on that challenge. The former mayor before was a very big on EV charging stations. So we are making sure that we have that spread out throughout the community. We are talking with business owners now, especially owners of shopping centers, so we can also be able to help them as well, and possibly talk with Tesla to bring some more charging stations over, because sustainability is very important in our city.
We have charging stations and stuff like that, but that's about it.
Yeah, real quickly. So the city of Lithonia is getting ready to actually renovate a location behind our downtown area. It's a parking lot that will be right next to the Arabia Mountain bike trail. And it was my idea a long time ago when we was planning this to do the EV chargers for those electrical vehicles. So I'm in need of a company, or how does that look like, and what should we be doing to get it? So I don't know if I can speak to the mayors about it. I hope so, hey. But I do need help in that, because that's what we want, so we can bring all we need for persons that has, the electrical vehicles, because we see them all over now. And it's a big need in Lithonia.
All right, good evening. My name is Oscar Frazier. I'm the owner of a company called In Demand Consulting Services, Inc. March 26, 2026, we're bringing a government contracting summit, but it's in Buckhead. My question to you all is, how do we figure out a way to do a collaborative sort of scenario to get people from your towns there to the summit?
Email, call.
That's what I need. That's what I need.
I came all the way from Lithonia. I'm coming. I might be late, but I'm coming.
I definitely think that's important. One of the things that we have started in South Fulton is that we have a task force, and we want to build a business hub in the South Metro area. Because what is happening, if you look at Johns Creek, they are a tech hub now. They have to pass through all of our cities to go to John Creek. If you fly to the airport, you're passing most of these southern cities. So we need to figure out how to have them to do those big conferences, those tech conferences, right down in the South Fulton area. So I have a small group that is working on, really focusing on that. But all you gotta do is email us. We'll put it out. We have people that will travel up to Buckhead, even though we don't want to, but we will.
Just like the other mayors, share the information. We'll push it out. We are a big military city, retirees, veterans, all of them, and they look for opportunities to learn and grow when it comes to government procurement. And so send it, and we'll see if they go up. But look at Middle Georgia too for your second one. Thanks.
Ditto.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Alfred Dixon, one of the council members on for the city of Jonesboro. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Dr. Mayor Danya Sauter for the city of Jonesboro and all of our council members, our DDA members, our school board members for Clayton County, Dr. D. Haney, and all the elected officials in the building. I really appreciate y'all being here. I just wanted to encourage, our youth and our cities to invest in our youth. We have a Jonesboro Youth City government that's doing amazing things, and it's really a vehicle for everything it is that we want to do. So I just want to encourage you all to do that. One of the things that we're looking to introduce is the Jonesboro Education Trust, which is really to build aspirations. The College Savings Accounts program that initiated in the city of San Francisco. We're looking to build aspirations in the city of Jonesboro, and I would really like to have a conversation with you all when it comes to initiating those opportunities in the city, in your cities, and seeing how that would make sense. So I just want to appreciate y'all for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you. I do want to take a moment of personal privilege. I don't know if you mentioned Councilman Jones, Brian Jones from Union City. He's back there hiding. And I don't know if there are any other elected officials in here, but I know how it feels to be just sitting in the back and nobody don't acknowledge you. So all y'all elected officials, thank you.
Hello, Mayor. So my name is Richard Wright, candidate for Lieutenant Governor of Georgia. I had to run out for a minute to talk to some nurse practitioners and do an event, but I came back because this is very important. And so the question I have for you ladies is, if you were talking to a very high-level state official, what would you ask from him or her?
My plan is, because I got my meeting coming up with the governor, y'all need to put South Fulton on your radar. So that's going to be my very first ask, because I believe that South Fulton can be just as better as the city of Atlanta or whatever else. We are the second largest city in Fulton County. I want them to take us seriously. So that will be my ask when I go down to the governor's office in the next few weeks. Take South Fulton seriously. We deserve it.
Well, I had my time to talk to you earlier, but similar to what Mayor Gumbs just said, Warner Robins is growing. We're not as large as South Fulton, but we're the 11th largest in our state, the largest in Middle Georgia. And we need more resources in our city. Even though we're only 83 years old, we need more resources. We need more money to funnel down to our city and not just our counterpart making bid. So that's what I would want to ask. we have some great things in Warner Robins, bring some great stuff to us.
What I would ask is, are you going to do what you say you're going to do? That's simple. People make a lot of promises. They put out and talk a good game and do everything. I just would need you to be honest, look me in my eye and say, if I can't do it, I'm going to be trying to do it.
I'm running this campaign based off of honesty. The lieutenant governor is, the lieutenant governor is the president of the Georgia Senate. Currently, there are 33 Republicans, 23 Democrats. The math ain't mathing, right? So I need 28 to break the tie. And so there's some things that I can do, there's some things that I can't do. And so I'll look in your eye and say, listen, I'm gonna fight as hard as I possibly can to get to that 28 so I can break the tie for our municipal cities. And so if you bring something to me that I can digest and understand, I'm a CPA, so if you make it financial, I'll understand it. I'll digest it, and then I'll go fight for you. I promise you that.
Okay. I just want to say bigger is not always better. I just want you to know that, okay? I'm from a small city. We have a lot of history. And it seems like now I just left, and that's the reason why I'm late, because I left a meeting where they're trying to erase some things in Lithonia, which is our schools. I really need you to understand that South DeKalb, we need some help. We need serious help, and I'll talk to you about that.
Okay, real quick, this is it. We're gonna combine these questions, and then that's it. And then we want y'all to leave. I want y'all to meet them real quick, take a picture. However, come on, so we can meet you both questions at the same time. Deanna?
Yeah. I was going to say, how you know my name? Okay, so my name is Deanna Turner. I am a mortgage banker by profession, and my question is around the topic of housing affordability. I know that the city of South Fulton, your median income is about $80,000. $80,000 for your area median income. I know in Riverdale it's about 60. College Park is around 52. My question is, because I'm faced with this challenge every day of trying to help as many people, primarily first-time home buyers, a lot of younger buyers, be able to afford to live in their cities of choice. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of options out there. So my question is, what do you guys have either planned, conceptually, an idea around how we can make housing more affordable for the average working person that's making the incomes that I just stated?
And actually, it's going to relate to yours. First off, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity just to sit here and be amongst this historical moment. Secondly, my question is very similar to hers. I know that 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and Georgia is number 5 for the worst credit in America. What are your plans to actually, number one, help those that are around to get the financial literacy that they need, as well as going back into the schools and educating the youth on the matters of personal finance?
Well, for me, we're now planning with several banks in the Riverdale area, and we're going to have a Saturday where they come out and we can teach them. And then they can link to whoever bank or whatever that can give them further education on doing that. And that's the only thing is people perish for a lack of knowledge. So if we get in there and educate them on what's out there, what's available, and get the myths out of their head about if you got this, you can do this, and if you ain't, you can't. They don't know what's available. So do education and partnering with them. That's what I plan to do, and we are going to do it. Can't help everybody, but if we get 1 or 2 up out that group, that's a start.
For both of those questions, I can answer really quickly. For housing affordability for the working public, that's extremely important. Something that we've done, instead of just throwing the buzzwords around, we started talking to developers who develop in our community and encouraging them about building those dense communities that the live, work, play, build up. In Middle Georgia, you don't see that often unless you're in a Macon downtown or Perry downtown. But encouraging those developments to come to our city, sitting down with developers and say, hey, this area would be really great if you did some row homes, you do some condos. We need some different stock so that we can fit more inside of an acre and have more walkability in our downtown district. So then the houses can be cheaper, and the developers still make good money off of it, and it's working. For yours, the financial literacy, we're huge on educating our youth, huge on innovation in Warner Robins, but developing those programs for financial literacy to our children and making it fun. Working with organizations that are very passionate about that, providing those free experiences so children will come out and learn. So we're focusing more on the youth when it comes to it, the foundation, and we do sprinkle in a little bit of opportunities for adults too.
Definitely on housing. We know that there's an affordability problem in South Fulton. We really got to talk about that. But the first start is really educating our residents, because we have a thing about, what is it, not in my backyard? They don't want it. But trends are changing. You know, times are changing. Oh, they don't believe in apartments. But we got to have a diversity of inventory, housing inventory. And we've seen that to make our city more attractive for younger people to want to come work, live, and play. We're doing the same thing, as Mayor has mentioned, that we're working with developers, looking to see how we can also do the work, live, play mix. More planned communities in South Fulton where everybody can kind of live in the same area. So that's what we're working on as far as housing-wise. We've partnered with ARC. I actually just signed up for a housing class academy today, just so I can make sure that I'm equipped to know exactly how to really respond to the housing crisis that we're facing. As far as financial literacy, that's one step at a time, because we as people, us, we don't like to talk about our personal, our matters, our financial matters. So I think as long as we make it a safe space for people to start talking about your credit issues, being able to say, hey, I did this wrong. I think that's where we're missing, is that we have to create that safe space for people. And we start one at a time and watch it grow. But you got to be able to, you know, come to the table and be having some realistic conversations of how to turn it around. I didn't know Georgia was number 5 as bad credit, though. Thanks for that information.
Real quick, okay. Financial literacy, I'm gonna start with you first. We have a resource center in Lithonia now. It's our old city hall. This is where we have all the youth that will come in to do their homework, to find out about credit. We have so many people that's helping us, trying to get them to understand what's about to happen when they get older. Because my thing is, when you get older, you already sometimes set in your ways, right? You don't want to change, so why not start while they're young and get them to understand that you don't always have to rent. You can own, or rent to own, whatever you decide to do. But credit is a must, right? And when I was growing up, my dad always told me, if you have good credit, you got whatever you need. And that's what I'm trying to instill into my community as well. As far as the affordable housing, I'm gonna give you an example, and it brings tears to my eyes. We had old development that we had to tear down, right? This developer came from Florida and told us, oh, it's going to be affordable housing. Oh, they'll be able to, you know, afford the apartments. Real nice, real nice. It looks real nice in Lithonia. But a year later, they went up on the rent. And those residents called us and said, I thought you said da-da-da-da-da-da. So we got chewed out about that. And long story short, we didn't know anything about it. We didn't know anything. But guess what? It was, to me, it was our fault. You know, I was on city council at that particular time, but developers will tell you stuff and put it in writing how it's supposed to be, and the next thing you know, you're looking crazy. So not only do we need to have financial literacy, but as us, as mayors, as city council, we need to really understand what we're up against, because they will try it. No matter who you are, what community, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, it is what it is. So it's hard. It's really hard. And then on top of that, real quickly, I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not trying to speak political about Trump and all that kind of stuff, but I'm trying to figure out what is going to happen to our housing as far as Section 8 and things of that nature. Because right now, we're not getting anything. Like, we have nonprofits that's helping people pay their rent and things of that nature. So I don't know. Honestly don't know. So here we are.
Okay. Thank you. Each mayor, 30 seconds, last words, 30 seconds. Mayor Dixon, 30 seconds, last words, closing remarks.
Thank y'all for listening. Thank Thank y'all for coming and participating. And please know it was my pleasure to come out and fellowship with you this evening. And please forgive my wheelchair. This knee is 76 and it's acting like it. I thought my ex-husband had got out the grave. It hurt so bad. But thank y'all for coming.
Okay. Mayor Rhonda? Mayor Rhonda?
Well, I want to say thank you so much for inviting Middle Georgia to be a part of this event. Thank you for your vision, to the man that owns this place. Thank you for your vision for this space, and for everyone who put this event on. Thank you so much for doing this. I think it's important. Black History Month, Women's History Month is right on the other side. And to my team who came up from Warner Robins, thank you so much. I love all of you. I appreciate you. And to sharing the stage with these powerful, beautiful women up here. You guys inspire me, and I can't wait to do some wellness at the wellness spot together. So don't leave me out when y'all plan y'all's Metro Atlanta stuff. Call me up too. But thank you.
Mayor Gums?
First of all, I do want to say thank you all for coming out. This has been amazing, and it's absolutely, my face hurt from laughing at this mayor. She has had me cracking up this entire time, and I can't wait to get to 76, boy, because I'm gonna be just as bad. But thank you so much for just your leadership for over these past 18 years and inspiring us as we are on this journey. Many people don't know, but I was following her when she announced that she was running, and I started looking, and this was her second term. This young lady had inspired me, and she didn't realize it until we got here today. And I told her, and she said, "I've been following you too." So it just did my heart well. But again, the what I can tell you, watch South Fulton. We on the move, baby. And it took us a while to get here, but y'all won't be disappointed. So just keep watching us and keep praying for all of us in these cities, because again, what's happening up at the White House, it's happening down at the Capitol. It impacts us all. So just do y'all due diligence and just support your mayors, especially the female mayors. No shade to the men, but that's it.
Mayor Reynolds?
I'm just grateful to be here with you all. This is a different area for me, so I said, what they calling me for? I'm all the way in Lithonia. But I'm so grateful to be here just to share with you all, and I think I'm about to learn a lot from the people that were standing in the middle that can possibly help my city. So I'm grateful today to be here, and I love you guys, and just keep us lifted in prayer, all of us that's sitting up here, especially Miss Riverdale. I've been following you. I go to the Georgia Municipal Associations and all that stuff. I know you very well. Yes. Yes, and I said, she's just like my auntie, but I never met her, but I'm grateful today that I'm able to meet her. And then these two up here, when you won, I was very much happy because I was like, oh, she young like me. So I'm grateful. In South Fulton, I've been following you. I love you guys. I have a lot of family in South Fulton, and they love you very much. So keep doing what you're doing, okay? Thank you all.
Okay. All right. So I just want to say something finally. This is like our third Meet the Mayors event. And I just want to say some quick things. This is not easy to put on. This is not easy. I've actually been reaching out to people since last year, and Mayor Rhonda was the first one to agree and say thank you. And I just emailed her, didn't know her. And I said, would you participate? And she said, sure. And then Mayor Dixon, I've been trying to get at you for 3 years.
You called the wrong number, child.
But then we met somebody who knew her, and I was like, oh, I've been trying to get in touch with her. You think she'll do it? And you said, yes, thank you so much. Quickly, too. And then Miss Gums is my girl. So you know we're here in College Park, and she got this big old sign. You remember that big old sign she had? That big old sign? And I would drive by that sign, and I called you, right? And then you came to our meeting in October. And you was late too. I remember that.
She was working hard.
I'm getting better, though. I'm getting better.
And the funny thing is, she sat right up here, right in the front, along with the person you was running against. Was right? And you gave me your number, and I was just like, if you win, I would love to have you in February. And you agreed. Thank you. That's so dope, right? And she answered too. People get Hollywood and don't answer. So I really appreciate it. And Mayor Shamika Reynolds, I'm glad, I am blessed, and I'm honored. She is a breast cancer survivor. Now, even though you came late, you came. And I said a lot. That means a lot. And you were actually the second mayor to say yes. Because y'all don't understand. I email, I call, and some of them just don't respond. They just don't respond. So for these 4 to respond, it means a lot. And with that being said, Black History Month, I asked a question about Harriet, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Maya Angelou. And here are the 20 black women who are making a difference, just like these 4 black women who are making a difference. And I appreciate you guys. Can everybody please stand up, give them a round of applause, come meet them, and thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Y'all can come meet them, take a pictures, and don't forget, we are here. We are going to be here next month at the end. Yeah, at the end of the month. At the end of next, Roy, music please. At the end of the month, next month, we have Brian Bean. Next month, the last Wednesday of the month. Thank everybody.